Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for liking the live, CJ. Hey guys, welcome to the live. I am revealing the biome for the next mini build series. This is the snowy tavern that we'll be building tonight. So I will be looking at some pictures of some Renaissance Festival taverns, a couple of non-specific kind of Minecraft cottagecore looking builds. Also, ignore the fact that the snow is like entirely washing me out. Oh, thank you for sharing the live, CJ. So, the main idea is that we're gonna take this entire big area around, um, and turn it into a snowy village. So that will be our mini build series on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So make sure that you guys leave a follow if you enjoy that kind of content. Um, I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to incorporate some really cool things into this. So I'm so excited to ignore the fact that I still have beach stuff from the last stream in my inventory. Embarrassing. we're doing some opposite extremes here. All right. So I have a couple of different reference photos pulled up on the same screen over here. So forgive me if you see me staring at you guys a little too hard. um, but I think I'm really gonna go for an interesting roof shape this time. I don't usually because I'll be honest, roofs still scare me. It's one of the things I'm trying to get better at. I'm so excited though to see how this turns out. I have my little roof cheat sheet, and we're gonna figure out how to do a nice little like pointed curve. I don't know what to call that, which is really awful considering I was like an architecture student for a little bit of time. Um. Anyway, to the decision making time. I want to do the kind of stereotypical base where it's some sort of stone. Let's look at girl. Not stone. That was not intentional. Thank you for sharing the live again, CJ. So I want to do some sort of stone on the bottom, and we have a bunch of mods that give us some really cool looking stone. So I really want to play into that and have a lot of really fun texture. I'm really thinking of doing some sort of big chunky texture. Also, sorry if the Minecraft wind is like super duper loud. Let's see. I'm thinking definitely not anything mossy. Thinking somewhere in this ballpark. Oh, I really liked this etched stone. We'll bring some cracked stone in. Really give it some weathering. Hey guys, welcome to the live. Also, so sorry, I have to put the disclaimer out at the beginning of every single one of my streams. I am so guilty of talking to someone in a different chat and not letting everybody know, like, I promise I'm talking to a real person. It's the voices, you know? So let's grab a little bit more texture. I don't necessarily want the rounded ones, I don't think, nor do I want the small one. I don't want the vertical ones either. Okay, I guess that's all of what I want for some texturing. And that will be the base for our build. I need to figure out how big I want to make this. Okay, let's drop down and start marking. Oh my god, okay. I have to, before I get distracted by them the whole entire time, show you guys the mushlings. These are the cutest little guys ever. I love their little pants. They are part of the Cozy Studios core mod pack, and oh my god, they give me so much life. They're everywhere. They have them for all different biomes. The little blue ones are so cute. um anyway, that was my brief tangent. I also entirely forgot to grab stairs because why would I need stairs? These are etched stone bricks. Let's see. Are there etched stone brick stairs? Nope. We'll just type stone and we'll just use the standard stone stairs because they blend in with all of these. Okay. So I think I want this to be pretty deep. We're gonna do like a full tavern functional. I have the vineyards mod pack installed, and so I want to be able to use the girl. Why did words escape me? I want to be able to use the barrels from in that mod pack. I think we're gonna do a pretty grand entry staircase, so I think because she needs to be decently high off the ground. I think I like her. Because then when we go to do something like this over on the sides, it doesn't look entirely crazy. Yeah. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm going to be doing this a lot where I just like pop back and forth. Insane. It's the insanity. So I think I'm going to build the majority of the base structure with these guys, the etched stone bricks. And then I'll go in and fill in some of the other textures afterwards, depending on what looks good where. Okay, so I think I want to do, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 4 wide because I'm going to end up doing a pillar here, I think, and a pillar here. I'm trying to build a little porch. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4 in between each of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to call it now. I'm going to end up terraforming by the end of this video, even though I picked this spot so I wouldn't have to terraform. I'm just calling it early. Okay, so then there's going to be a 1 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 1 more, because that's going to be another pillar. Because I want the pillars to stand out a little bit here. Because I think I'm going to end up doing some really funky, fun designs along the front of this. Okay. So I'm thinking the wood that we're going to end up using for this is more than likely going to be spruce wood. And you're going to think to yourself, but Ikoria, that's a base game wood. I'm picky. I'm picky about the wood that I use. And also, in a general sense, I want a lot of the builds that I create for the mini build series in particular, and the ones around it, to be ones that people can create versions of in their vanilla worlds if they want to. Like the vending machine that I did a while ago on the beach. Something you could very easily recreate in vanilla. Yeah, I did a couple of little things that made it a little extra cutesy with some modded bookshelves. But overall, it's all items you can obtain in vanilla Minecraft. Okay. So that's going to be super cute. This will be our little front porch. And I think I'm going to go ahead and throw that there. I lied. I want to go out 1 more block than that. Because I want there to be a full 4 in between. Don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so this is what makes me say I'm going to end up terraforming, is because this build is going to be large, not for the sake of detail, but it's going to be large for the sake of I want this to be like the town gathering center. So everybody and their grandma is going to come to this tavern. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. That looks much better. Okay. That also makes me think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I did think about it that direction. Do do do. And then well, this no, I lied because this is going to be up against a building. This is why I say I'm going to terraform later. Is because I'm going to do a little extended bit this way, and I have a feeling that this is not going to be enough room. Anywho, future Aquaria problem. Okay. And so I have a feeling we're going to end up putting these here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're really working with one material at a time. Not for any particular reason. Let's go ahead and grab... I think I want stripped spruce. Actually, do I want spruce or do I want dark wood? No, I want spruce. Okay. That was an easy decision. I also think I want to grab this ahead of time. And ta-da. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and throw some of these up here. They're going to be more than 2 tall, no worries. I'm just trying to get a feel for how tall I want to make them. So this front porch is actually based off of a Renaissance festival building. I absolutely love the like indoor-outdoor little areas that they have when they're trying to do their little taverns and things. And then, you know, I know that I've changed my mind a lot already on this, but I think I want to make this slightly deeper because I want to make a whole seating area in the outside. There will be a lot of decorating and customization in the interior. That's where a lot of my mods really shine. Otherwise, I tend to build with very vanilla blocks. That said, I am going back and forth and toying with the idea of using one of the modded roof tiles for this, just because of how steep an angle I want to make. Okay, so I think that will be tall enough there, because this is also going to be part of the building. So I need to mirror all of this here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the live. Alright, so this is our little front porch area that we've got going on. I think... 1, 2, 3... I like 4 high, so I think I'm gonna go up 1 more. So I have space for some decorations. Because these are gonna get connected this way. Because I'm hoping I can make the top area on this also a little seating area. And so that relies on me being able to make all of this look decent. Okay. Cute. All right, so the base level of this house is still going to all be stone. It's not just the front porch that's going to end up being stone. I think I'm going to end up rounding the corners like this. Oh. And then I think I want it to be just a little thicker. Cute. And that'll also give me a little bit more texture. That's so cute. Okay. And do the same thing on the sides. Except for I think we can make it a little bit more dimensional here by doing this. I love creating gradients like this with size. I am such a chronic overuser of trapdoors in that regard. Let's look at what other spruce fences I have, because I think I have a couple of different fence mods. Oh. I like this handrail. We're going to take and grab that. And we're going to use that here. Okay. So this will create the feel that we're looking for. And that way when I go ahead and I do... I really am trying to avoid using just the standard fence gates to go across the front to add some detailing. So I'm hoping that I'll come across something that was perfect like these handrails. But I don't know that I'm going to. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're going to use standard fence gates for that. Because I feel like there just needs to be something. Yeah. I felt like it was a little too bland before. And then I don't need to do the far side because there's going to be a little building that, or a little chunk of building that comes off of that. Okay. So now, let's fill in this guy. The other thing I have to figure out is the light source that I want to use for this. Torches are always a safe option when you're doing a wintry look. But again, that feels very vanilla. I have some really cute lanterns that are some kind of funky shapes. Maybe I'll try using some of those. There's one of them that looks kind of like a donut. I don't really know how to describe it other than that. But it feels very weird saying that a thing looks like a donut in Minecraft. Okay. So now I want to extend these all up one more. Oop. These are going to end up going up into the building, so I'm not super worried about those. Okay. I mostly just don't want to lose these handrails before I finish this. Oop. Because I am notorious for I'll use something in one part of my build and then I'll forget that it exists by the time I get to the next section. Be like, oh, where was this? Make these a little taller. Okay. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so this area is going to end up becoming seating. I'm probably going to end up putting a door in the center of it. If not, it's going to be off in this little side area. Because downstairs is definitely going to be the centered door. And do a big door right here. Which I guess means it's time to start filling this in. because that's going to end up being there. I think I'm going to end up creating some larger windows. I realized I made that a little too tall. Let's take a look at the doors. I got a lot of really funky looking doors. I kind of want to go for something really big and ornate looking. I love that. And that way we can do some gold accent to it later on. That's super cute. Alright, I'm going to hold on to these doors in my inventory because I will lose them. Okay. So now I need to figure out. I think I'm going to end up having the building come off a little bit more this way, but not a lot. I'm thinking like 3 blocks maybe in total. So 1, 2, like that. We're going to create some funky shapes on her. And then, because I need this to be the same height, and I want all of these to come up to about here. Because this is going to end up getting this across the top. Okay. Perfection. Because then this is actually going to end up being a corner piece and come this way. Because that'll go up into the top part of the build. Hehehe. I'm making this very complicated, so bear with me. There's going to be a lot of like, oh wait, but this. So I think I went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe 9? Because this is going to be just a little tiny section too is the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'm trying to think through, I want 2 windows on this side piece here. And I want to be able to break it up and it look even. So I have to do an odd number. So it's either going to be 9 or 7. I think 9 is the smallest I can do and have like a decent size window. Okay. Well, I wanted a large tavern building. Gotta be more careful on what I wish for. Because this is gonna come in here again. And it's gonna come, the main building is gonna be a little thicker than that. To the back, question mark. Here's where I might have to cheat a little bit on the top. Oh my gosh, thank you for the follow, Felix. And thank you for liking the live. Hi, Flurry. Sorry, I've been just yapping and yapping. Don't mind me. Good things? Only good things. Only good things. Oh, thank you so much for liking the live some more, Felix. Okay, so to catch everybody up to speed who's just now joining us, I'm indecisively building a winter tavern. And so I'm starting off with like this main area. This is going to be like the outdoor porch, front porch portion. And I have just accidentally made it so this build is going to be absolutely massive. But when does that not happen? Okay, so here's where it gets kind of fun, funky, fresh. I also want it to be funky shaped in this direction. So she's gonna get made taller. Too tall. And then I'll behave this time. I'll hold back. We'll just go straight up. Oh. With the wood. Girl, there we go. Okay. And I think because this is going to be a decoration bit. Let's see. No problem. House is amazing so far. Oh, thank you. The hardest part for building for me is that I get really indecisive, and so I'll change my mind like 20 times. Aw, Flurry, I did miss you. I've missed all of you guys. I had to take another 2-week hiatus. It was kind of wild. Your girl had emergency surgery. I'm all good though. No one needs to freak out. But it was like really wild all of the sudden. And so I was forced to take like a 2-week hiatus. I think that'll create the illusion of it being slightly bigger than it is. Yes, I like that. Okay. Because I made this 2 high, 3 high, 2 high. Okay. So, I think I might actually have to terraform. Once again. We're going to ignore the fact that there's going to be some random non-snowy grass blocks. Have you considered a wall of windows? I honestly have not considered a wall of windows for this build. That is honestly a wall of mirrors. I mean, windows, mirrors, same difference. Both point into the soul. Okay. I'm trying to build a giant tavern, so I don't know how a wall of mirrors would really fit into a tavern. I feel like that would just cause the drunk people to panic. I was so close in my guesstimation. Ah! I'm gonna do one more, just in case. Let's see. Find all the vampires. You know, funny enough that you say that, I do think one of the mods that I currently have installed does add vampires to the game. Wee. Okay, I had to double check real quick. I thought because the little bot went off on Twitch that someone had redeemed points, and I was like, I'm prepared. I have my teacup full and ready. Lemon ginger tea this time. Does Minecraft have vampires? Not normally. I just have a funky mod pack going on. And normally, the most surreal, I guess you could call Minecraft in that regard, would be creepers. Because there's not werewolves, there's not vampires, there's zombies. An Enderman. But I don't think Endermen really count in that aspect. Alright, so let's grab this guy here. Oh, sorry, girl. There we go. Okay. So I think I do want these down one more than that. See, I summoned the hydrate or die straight. Well, I have my lovely cup of lemon ginger tea to hydrate with. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate Flurry. Okay. And so that way I have that to throw there. And those will be two nice, big, beautiful windows right in the front. So I think I'm going to go straight across in front of the building. Maybe? Add. And create a little more texture. Oh, how could I forget this on the side? There we go. Okay. So I think we've got like the front general shape that I want now. I need to figure out how this is going to cohesively make a back. In case you missed the hydrate, because I actually am really enjoying this tea. This is a tea I was gifted from my grandparents, actually. I will hydrate once again. So you got 2 hydrates out of that. 2 for the price of 1. Okay. I might do the cop out and make the back of it not as funky shaped as the front. The back might just come together really nicely. Although I'm really tempted because I wanted to try to do the big arch roofs and have them meet. Like, here's one guy, here's another guy. I'm gonna pretend that you guys know what I mean when I say that. Okay, and these need to go upwards and then this way. Okay. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this long side, because I think I have no choice but to make the back stick out as much as the front unless I want it to look really funky. So that means a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 block difference from this backside. I think I can do it. I think I can build it. This is going to be a massive build. Okay, I'm going to make my life significantly easier and just blueprint this down. Oh, wait. That's not where I want that to line up with, though. This is going to get really confusing because I have a lot of ideas to make this really fun and funky shaped. This is the first time that I'm not doing like kind of just an L-shaped build. So this might have to be a funky fresh we build as we go. And we're going to hope that it works out. Because I have not mathed any of this preemptively. I have noticed a trend, though, in my builds. When I don't preemptively math out when everything is happening, I end up making a really large build always. It's not a bad one, just a big one. Let's see. Okay, so I don't need this block. That's a wall. Okay. So now I need to decide on what color I want to use for the top bit. I think I don't know why I typed wall. Like, that's gonna show me wall blocks and not literally walls. um, let's just take a scroll through. Let's do it this way. Because I have a very specific block in mind, but I have no recollection of what it's called. Aha. Waddle and dub. Dob? Am I saying that right? Dob? Dub, dob? Okay. So yeah, I think I want to use the daub. If not, I was kind of hoping to lean a little more yellowy with it. Like it's a bit of an aged building. Oh, I could do that with sandstone. Sandstone's not a bad suggestion. Especially because there's so many funky colors of sandstone, I could lean any direction with this. I might lean into the daub, though. It'll give us some consistency throughout our builds. Oh, I do like the stripped palm wood, though. That's kind of funky. And the stripped pine? Okay, let's grab some of this. And start experimenting. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to end up having to come across this is I think I'm going to end up having to make this be a fake end. And have the real end be like here? No, here. Having to clear off the snow on all of this is going to drive me nuts. Okay, so that'll be there. I gotta figure out how tall I'm gonna end up making this section. For now, it's gonna be 4 blocks tall. Because this is not actually gonna be there, neither is this. We're gonna do not this side, because I completely forgot this is pressed into a building. So why need railing? Oh, my Minecraft character started to shiver. Okay. So I think I want to throw these here. That'll look really good once I've got it. Let's see, can we see your breath in the game? Yes, that is what that is. I don't remember specifically which mod it's from in this mod pack, but there is temperature variations. If you're in the desert too long, you'll pass out. I think there's hydration in it as well. I was gonna say something else. Like there's normally starvation and but this one adds hydration. Let's I think I can put on a chef's jacket. That might warm me up. I'm gathering a new item of clothing for every single area that we've done. The first one was the Crocs. The second one was the beach hat. And now apparently I'm a chef. Yeah, the Homestead mod pack is actually really awesome. They've got some really cool funky things that I have not seen many or any other mod packs really do. Okay, so this is going to end up being over here. I don't think this is actually even going to end up being this tall. I want to say I'm only going to end up doing 1, 2, 3, and then doing the roof. Because I don't want this side to have any windows. This side's going to have 2 windows. Oh, crap. This is what I mean when I say I'm indecisive and then I have to go back. Oh, thank you so much for liking the live, Holly Beats. Welcome. It's going really good. I am building a winter tavern, kicking off our new mini build series. How's it going for you tonight? Let's see. I think I'm going to end up having to take one block down on this. So we're going to ignore the line that I made, and we're going to pretend that that's not there. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Metal Mike. I'm sorry if I missay anyone's usernames. I really appreciate the follow, though. Let's see, it looks nice already. Looks like a sheriff's office. Yeah, a little bit. You know, I didn't even think about that. So this is going to be like our little town gathering center. There's going to be a whole bunch of little builds all around it, just like I did the beach themed one, and before that there was a little lake. This one's going to be based around this massive build, though. It's pronounced Mick. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for the follow, Metal Mick. And welcome. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a relatively short area of the building. I think there's only going to be not even a too high window. Let's see. Because this is just going to be like all of the funky shapes. Okay, so now that I've fixed that, it's of course nighttime. And poof, daytime. I don't want a window on here. This is going to end up... I need to pick out a roof tile later. The roofs are going to be the biggest fight. Y'all aren't prepared to see and hear me fight with this roof. Okay, so corner, I think I'm still going to end up trying to line it up this way. So I'm going to end up with this here. And this guy here. Let's see, you wish Java let you invite players like Bedrock? There are some mod packs that let you do that. I have a friend group who uses a mod pack. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a Cursed Forge one where you kind of have your own little login. Yeah, it's really great for local multiplayer. You don't have to open up to LAN or anything. It's an awesome mod. I really wish I could remember the name of it. It's something that begins with a P, I think. I was trying to see if I could, like, look in my texts real quick. See if I can find it. Or my phone can just decide that it hates me. But yeah, it's a really awesome mod pack, and there's, I think it also adds in the mini map and stuff like that, so it's really easy to, it's like a whole bunch of quality of life mods. Okay. Okay, I need to decide on a height for this now too. That's the only other problem I have with this is I make such big builds that they then have to be kind of tall. This is also gonna bother me, so we're gonna end up doing this. Don't mind me going through and changing this real quick. Much better. Okay. So, I'm gonna end up having a door up here. It helps if I can remember what block I'm using. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the door in the center. I think it'll just be easier. I know for a fact this is going to be at least 4 blocks tall. I never do a floor less than 4 blocks. And that gives me some space to work with. Do I go really big and bold and do 3 cross sections of roofing? Because I think that's where I'm leading. Because this is going to continue back this way. Like, this is going to look like its own little area. She's coming together, slowly but surely. I know for sure I want at least 1 block to put decor on. And then maybe do like a 3 block tall window. But I think that's going to be it, because I want to be able to, if I'm going to do the roof swoop, do the roof swoop. Okay. I like that. That'll create some good symmetry and some good dimension. And I think... I think I'm going to end up doing this across here. Because I'm hoping I can cheat and hide this behind the roof itself. This roof is going to be an endeavor, guys. Hear me out. I'm gonna do a crazy thing. Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and across. Yeah, I like that better. Because that'll give me more fun things to play with in this too. There we go. And that'll make that beam make a little bit more sense too. Let's see, you were thinking that? See, no, doing something crazy. When do I not do something crazy? Let's be so for real. Half of the time, we really are flying by the seat of my pants. Let's see, now you can add decorations in front of the window too. Yep, that's what I was thinking, because I'm still going to add a bunch of the planters in this. I think I'm just going to end up putting the frozen bushes in it. So that way it looks like there were plants there and they just, like, solid. Or berries, some of the, like, red berry decorations. Those really cute in this. Okay. Oh, here's the problem with what I did here, though, is I made this even, and I was going to do, like, 1 solid beam up. I should have made this an odd number. What was I thinking? Wait. Interesting. Oh, I forgot that I made this side shorter. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing over here. Let's see, I'm on Twitch too. Yes, I simulstream on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. You always mess up on that for some reason. Everything is even. No, for real, I do the same thing. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to make this one odd intentionally so I can do 1 solid beam right upright. And it never happens. But yeah, my username on all platforms is exactly the same thing. 9 times out of 10, if you type Aquaria Pink into anything, you'll find me. Okay, so I think I know how I'm gonna fix this, and we're gonna pretend that this isn't gonna look insane. You guys have to humor me here. Okay. Because if I do this, and it looks good, Let's see. Bet you'll follow on all. Aw, thank you. Hey, Nimrod, if you're listening, can you take a look at the Twitch chat, please? Wee. Okay. I don't think you can really tell that it's uneven, especially if I stand at this angle. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, sorry, I gotta pop over here to see the. Oh, Holly Streams, thank you so much for the follow. Popping around back and forth between all of my windows. Okay, so this way I can have a thingy that comes all the way up here, and I can do my roof. YouTube is next. Thank you. Okay, so this is where it gets fascinating and interesting, and I am gonna jump to a different part of this build because I'm still avoiding the roof. Not for any reason in particular. Oh, thank you, Flurry. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the follow on YouTube, Holly Beats. I absolutely love when you guys hop from platform to platform like this. It's 10 out of 10. Okay, so I need to figure out, I guess, this area next. Because this guy is gonna go all up along here. And I don't exactly want to put like a roof. Not a roof. I don't exactly want to put a window out to the little balcony area. I think that's kind of weird. Especially if this is going to be like a restaurant or a tavern. I think I'm also going to end up hiding this weird corner on the outside with some foliage. Okay. So this side I think is going to end up needing to go a little taller than the area over there because I want the roof to be a decent height. This one does have a center on it. Yay, math. But this section's gonna just have an odd window. Boop. Okay. So one up, maybe two. I think I'm gonna have this one be two taller. Because this is gonna be the big window. Let's see. Okay, so this is my center point. So we're gonna end up doing a 3 wide window there. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. And so now... Oh, okay. So I shot myself in the foot. I wanted this to be here. It's okay, we're gonna pretend that I did that right. It was just a test. Test for where the Windows placement was gonna be. W streamer. Thank you, thank you. I swear 9 times out of 10 I just am like, alright, you guys didn't see a thing. Pretend, wipe the last 5 seconds from your brains. Gone. Okay, so we're gonna build this really big window, guys. Okay, so because here's the other thing I kind of want to do with this window. So that's going to be there. kind of want to do... Wait. What is this called again? Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna do like a funky line of like just this one. I don't think I want to do that though. Okay. I lied. It's gonna be this. So that way we've got some texture amongst the plain. Yeah. I get really excited when things in my build look nice when I have no idea, thoughts in my head ever. The other thing I need to decide is how tall this window is going to be. So it's going to be at least 2, 3... I think I want it to be at least 4 high, because that's going to lead into like the main area. The bottom floor I'm planning on turning into like the actual distilling area. I have a mod that gives me some really massive barrels that would look really cool down there, and a lot of decorations for like holding wine bottles, some cabinets. It'll be super cute down in the basement level, and then the top level is going to be more like a big open bar area. And then depending on how many floors I end up breaking it into, there's definitely at least going to be an owner's suite in the roof area. It might be tiny and cramped. We'll see. I say that as this whole build is massive. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go up 5. No, I lied. It's gonna actually be 5 tall. Ta-da! Really big window. We're gonna do some funky windowing in a minute. Okay, so on top of this, I think I want to line up this outside one with the top edge of the window, so that's going to be the end of that guy. And then do this one a couple taller. And then I think I want 2 of these. And then a beam going across. We're making choices. We're making choices. Also, did my music just like randomly stop? No, she's just really quiet for some reason. I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not, so let me know. Because usually I have my lo-fi music going in the background. Okay, so there's that. That's going to line up with the top edge of the window. Okay. So I think that means that I need to connect this a little lower, like there. Yeah. And then that'll come in there. This will end up needing to be built up a little bit in behind this, I'm sure. It's that I'm planning for this roof to have a real steep curve. Let's grab my planks again. Oop. And once again, this is going to have a tall, sticky uppy bit. And that is the best way I can describe her. I'm really wondering how awful this roof is going to be when I eventually get to it. Because, like, she gets so skinny at this top bit that it's going to be like that. We'll see. It'll look fine. It'll look cute. I believe in us. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3 blocks out on this side. Okay. And then 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh no, wait, that is 3 blocks out. Duh. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yay. Okay. Now we finally have this sorted, I think. This basement area is going to be really interesting. I keep having to remind myself that it's going to be okay. The lo-fi music apparently just wants to jump around. She wants to get real loud, then real quiet. Then real loud, then real quiet. So I think we finally have the base shape figured out for her. Which is in fact better than we were a moment ago. Yeah. Okay. Because that's going to end up coming this way. Nope, I lied. Boop, boop. Okay. And so this guy is going to come all the way down here. And it's going to end up going across all the way to over here. That'll be so massive. The inside portion of this is going to probably be a future stream just because of how big this is. Okay. I think that's a decent size. Oh god, I just had the realization. This bit is going to have to be bigger too. For the roof style that I want to do. Guys, why do I pick elaborate roofs? Roofing is my least favorite thing to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello? Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So technically 8. 1, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be so big. Maybe I don't make her that deep. Maybe I cheat a little bit on this. And I only make her 1, 2, 3, 4 deep. No, we ball. We ball. This is not gonna deter me. I will figure it out. That's gonna be so big. That's what she said. Okay. She's already coming together nicely, though. So I have faith. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Because, like, the majority of the windows for this level are going to not actually exist. Like, it's only going to be on the front half that there's windows. Because the rest of this is supposed to be like a wine cellar. I also have to remember that this is also going to have not this much space. Because your girl is not putting everything on ground level. Not this time. You know, one thing about my Minecraft builds that were quite unrealistic until this one is that I never built them on a solid foundation. This time, for sure, we'll have a solid foundation. Okay. So the flooring will also have some of the same variation that I end up giving the walls. That's just going to be texturization way later on. I'm only going around and adding the second level so that way I can fully create this floor real quick. Oop. It's a good thing this is a snowy biome and that it will in fact snow again. Okay. Back to the task at hand. Okay, while I'm building out the floor, let me know if you guys have any ideas for the mini build series that'll be surrounding this. I so far have a little courtyard area planned for the outside of this build and some just little interesting things, some like dog sleds, hopefully some things that people will want to incorporate into their own worlds as I go on. Which also, if you ever incorporate any of my builds into your worlds, please send pictures, share a duet, like send them in the Discord server, which reminds me, if you're not and you would like to, I have a Discord server that you should join. Shameless Discord promotion. It's not very chatty all of the time. Sometimes it's really popping off though. Okay. You know, this is my only possible problem I could see with these windows is that they're going to be right at floor level. But I think because I'm going to use some cool funky glass, I'm not going to mind it. And I think these are going to be my only ones at floor level. I say that and watch, I'll have like 8 more on floor level. Okay. The floor is almost filled in. You have no idea how successful I feel when I complete any one specific section of a build. Just give me that sweet, sweet dopamine. I really thought I was going to be able to just fill in where I had missed by going back. It was too optimistic. Okay. We are almost completed with the floor. These bricks are really growing on me. Not enough to leave them plain, but they're really growing on me. You know, this build becomes a lot less intimidating when the floor is actually the correct height. Boom. Floor complete. Okay. So yeah, this is a lot less intimidating than how tall it was looking before. Because this floor will probably be... yeah, at this height. Whee! Okay, I will fill in the rest of that floor in a moment. I would rather go around and figure out where there needs to be logs real quick. And this is where there needs to be logs. And this is where there needs to be logs. And then, oh, a corner. Look at you. You thought you could escape me. There we go. And this one might go upwards. And then this guy will also need to be logs. And ta-da! Doing the framing always makes a build that much less intimidating to me. I don't know what it is. There's just something about a build without a frame that's utterly terrifying. Whee. Okay, and then that can go up. And then this guy right here is also going to be one of these. And then corners. Did I do that all the way down on the front? I did. Oh, but that is something else that I did on the front that I did not account for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This brick pattern is throwing me off. Wait, you was gone. Did you miss a cat break? No, you did not miss a cat break. Oh, I missed a cat break. I'm so glad that you pointed that out, Flurry. I entirely missed that Leaks redeemed cat break. Give me 1 second to grab a cat. Okay, so I have a sleepy little baby. Ta-da! A sleepy little baby who is very angry that I just woke her up. Are you gonna say hi? She squeaked a little bit, so I thought she might actually meow for once. Nope. Just try to jump ship as fast as you can. There are times where when I'm playing that she'll just sit on my lap to like no end. And then she'll sleep while I game. Because she still does kitten sleeping, where she will knock out and be completely limp. So is that the only cat I have because you've only seen her on cat breaks? No, I have another cat. I think you missed the couple of times that I did him on cat breaks. I have an orange cat too. Tedo is just very much my baby. And so she follows me around. She is always within about 5 feet of me. Chase is actually Nimrod's cat and very much his baby. But he is very shy boy. And he hides. Sometimes he's in here, and sometimes he's not. If another cat break gets redeemed in a little bit, I will go and find him. And so long as he is not under a piece of furniture that I'm not allowed to move, I will grab him. Which also, I would point the camera down, but you would see all of the game room mess. So we're gonna ignore that. Just believe me that there is, in fact, a little baby on my lap. But yeah, no, I still have 2 cats. I no longer have 4 cats, because way back when I first started streaming, I lived at my parents' house, and my parents have 4 cats to this day. They've actually had 4 cats my whole life, which is where the cat break initiated from, because I was able to stream like 4 or 5 times where, let's see, conceal, down, feel, don't let the mess show. But yeah, so I was able to stream for a while without anyone seeing a repeat cat, because I could pull up one cat and like the same viewer wouldn't be on the next stream, and so I could pull up the same cat and I'd have 4 different chances. Also, my parents' cats are just massive. They've got to be like part Maine Coon or part Ragdoll, because they're just massive cats. But yeah, so long story short, let's see, except you, because you watch me like a stalker. Yeah, I was gonna say you've probably seen all of the cats in my life, Flurry. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's 8 blocks. Is this 8 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it is not 8 blocks. Okay, so this needs to be this way. Ta-da! But yeah, so that is where the origins of the cat break came from, was the fact that my parents have a ton of cats, and when I would stream at their house, it was a great way for me to have a break and to show the fact that I had so many cats. Oh, okay, so this is gonna have to come this way. Ta-da! The worst part of any Aquaria build at any time. Let's see, you're my favorite chill streamer, so you love catching the streams. Aw, thank you, Flurry. That means so much to me. I honestly love being like just a chill, vibey space to hang out in. It's one of the reasons why I love playing my lo-fi music while I stream. Because even when I get really stressed on stream, I don't tend to get super stressed. It's mostly just like a, ah, man. So I figured I'd share the vibes where I can. Crazy that it all started with Little Nightmares. Which reminds me, I was looking at some other games to stream. I am taking a little short hiatus again, just not a full even week this time, but I will not be streaming again in another 2 days like I have been. I'm gonna go visit my grandparents. Girl. So you'll be seeing a lot of shorts content and a lot of TikTok content, but not so much streaming content. I told Nimrod he should stream for me while I'm gone. he didn't think it was too funny. Oh, bye, Tedo. She was asleep on me, and then she was like, nah. Okay. But anyway, the worst part of an Aquaria build is having to make it symmetrical after the fact. Okay. So, because I definitely did like this, right? Right? Yeah, and it sticks out that way. Okay. So I've got to remember all of the weird, funky things that I did on one side and do it again on this side. And then here and here. Which also means maybe funky windows. We'll see. Maybe there will be windows on this one. But yeah. So, long story short is what I was going to say. When I get back, because I completely derailed my entire train of thought in that by joking about Nimrod streaming as me. I plan on doing some other games once I get back. Because I've been doing a lot of Minecraft, and don't get me wrong, Minecraft is still my favorite game, absolutely 100%. But I would love to get back to doing some more variety game streams. I would love to do some more Fortnite streams. I'd love to do Little Nightmares again, because I have yet to actually be a completionist about Little Nightmares, and I have not played it since that stream where I beat it with you, Flurry. And so it has been quite some time. I think that means that it's time to dust off the Little Nightmares and play it again. And this time, I have the second one. So I can actually do more than just the first. Wee. Okay. So, almost got walls. I've just got to figure out if I want to do mirrored windows on the back of this one. I think it's going to look funky without it, but I think it's going to look even worse with it. And I only say that because I really want the back walls to all be these massive barrels. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be some massive barrels. Maybe that's the same thing. We're not looking at the back of the building. We're going to pretend that the back of the building is just as pretty as the front. Okay. And so now... now I have to figure out how I want to do the sides. I think we might almost be at the point where I have no choice but to fight the battle of the roof. Yeah. That'll be fun. There isn't much that stresses me out on stream. I think roofs are the one. The one. But we'll see. Because it can't be too terrible. I have my cheat sheet ready. And we're going to try a really funky one this time. And I think so long as I can get the outline right, that I'll be able to fill it in really well. It's just about getting the outline down. And that's going to be fascinating. All right, we're going to bite the bullet. And are you going to replay one before you get to the DLC and 2? Yes, I do plan on replaying it before I get to the DLC and 2, just because it's been so long since I've played it. And I want to really do it justice. I also want my trapdoor. I'm gonna lose that for now. Okay. We're gonna go for this, and it's gonna be terrifying. And I don't know why I'm singing. Okay. Let me pull up my little roof cheat sheet. Bear with me, guys. I will 100% admit to the fact that I need a cheat sheet to build a roof. Okay. Whew. Let's see, you're not giving you help this time. You gotta go through it on my own. Ah, but what will I do? I'm going blind again. I might actually put a little research into it this time. Because last time, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun doing it completely blind. But I got really lucky that you happened into my chat flurry. Because it would have taken me probably about 3 more hours than it did. And that was already like a 7 or 8 hour stream, I think, that I had done. Because that was a marathon stream. I don't remember why it was a marathon stream, but it was a marathon stream. I think it was one of my old sponsorships made it a marathon. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is where this gets really scary because I have to commit. I think that's going to be the first block. Okay. And then... so a lot of this part, I think I'm going to stay with solid blocks majority And it's gonna be the inside bit that is the stair-steppy blocks. We'll see. This is gonna be terrifying, to say the least. Okay, so down this way. I think I want to go down another 2. Ooh. And I think here's where I need to start going out by 1. So it'll be there, 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 there. And I guess I go out 1 more and then a half block down. Let's see, you wanted to watch a small streamer play it and you loved the idea of helping since you had watched Rambo play it and became obsessed. Aw, that's really cool. So it just happened to be, it worked out really well for both of us then. Okay, so that's the shape of the roof that I was talking about. The touchy, tall bits. I think that's gonna look really good, especially if I go through and I do this on the inside. I'm really hoping that this ends up looking half decent. Yeah, I like that a lot more. I think it helps accentuate the curve. Let's see. Yeah, you got a new favorite streamer and you got a loyal follower. Aw. Wee. Okay. I wonder. This is just me messing around. No, I think that's too thick. Okay. I take it back. Pretend I didn't do that. Yeah, it looks good on just the underside. Maybe it would look good on just the overside. But I don't really want to test that. Okay, so the other thing that needs to happen is this needs to go up 1 more. And then there's going to be half block on top of it. Because I want to do like that on the front. And I want to put a little thing. I should start a cult with my Twitch channel. I mean, one of the other games I want to play is Cult of the Lamb. And, you know, there's been a vacancy. I gotta step in. That is one of the other games that I will probably play once I get back from visiting my grandparents is Cult of the Lamb. I am a huge fan of Cult of the Lamb, and so I might start a cult. I just might. I think I've beat Cult of the Lamb like 4 times now, and if that doesn't tell you how obsessed I am with it, then I don't know what will. Okay, so that's going to end up being those kinds of blocks. Yes. Okay, so the next step in this process is figuring out what blocks I want to fill in the roof with. Let's see, you nominate yourself as the prophet. You know, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. No. Aha. Aha. Okay. That one needs to come down, and that one, and that one, and that one. That's what I was missing on this side. Okay. No, do not snow yet. I knew you were going to try to fill my building with snow. Okay. Let's see. This is going to go all the way across. Everything in the in-between is going to end up being the fancy fun brick or whatever color fun funky thing I choose. Okay, so that's going to stick out one in front of that. Oh, the other thing I have to figure out is what in the heck I'm going to put. What if I do... No, I want something a little funkier, a little fresher. Okay, I don't think that looks terrible. Let's see, the ads continue to plague you. Oh. And then I want... There's a spruce thingy. I don't even know what it's actually supposed to be. This thingy. Shelf? Yeah. I'm gonna steal this for a second and see if this will do what I want it to. I actually don't think I would hate that going all the way across it. But I think I'm gonna have to do that once I have the window. Eeh. Okay, there we go. Okay, no wait, that's super cute. Okay. Let's see, you might need to transfer. Let's see, is there a site that doesn't have ads? YouTube also still has ads, and I want to say TikTok might not. I'm not sure because it's in Thank you for the subscription flurry. I'm gonna assume only because I can't tell who all. Oh. Never mind. Aww. He's a big softie. Okay. Do do do. Doop 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 doop. Not me having the Mario music stuck in my head. That should tell you what other game I've been playing a lot of lately. Okay. This roof is gonna be so fascinating. I guess I should stop avoiding it. Should I do a really dark roof or should I do a really bright roof? What do you guys think? Because I think I still want to do stone of some kind. It's just whether or not I'm going to do like cobblestone bricks. Aw. Nimrod is my husband, and Solarian or Soren is my dad. And they're both big softies, so understandable. The main difference is you'll see Nimrod in every single stream. Solarian / Soren, not so much. He pops in and out. He's a man of many mysteries. My dad is one of those dads that will randomly just drop like the wildest dad lore and just be like, "Yeah, didn't I tell you about this?" I'll be like, "No, never." And he's like, "But I did this thing. Why wouldn't I have told you?" Do I do a black ceiling, like a black roof? I'm really tempted. I want to do like some really small bricks. Ooh, what if I do like the gilded? See, not me about to cry from the sweetness of this community. Aww. Can I say I have a really great set of people supporting me and backing me in doing this. Wouldn't be here without them. It's okay, Flurry, I am too. Ooh, I kind of like the cobbled sulkstone. That's really cool looking. Could also do the dripstone ones. I think I'm gonna end up going with the blackstone. All right, let's see. Let's do skulk. I am notoriously a mispronunciator of all items and usernames. I won't even front. All items and usernames. Okay. Let's grab Blackstone stairs, and some of the brick variations. Because this is one that I think I'm gonna have to texturize as I go. Oh, but I really like the little tiny bricks. We're gonna do little tiny bricks instead. Why would I say spore? Would I say spore weird? It's where everyone starts psychoanalyzing Ikoria's accent. Which, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. It probably won't be the last. Okay, wait. Here's the hardest part of these roofs. Roofs? See, you just thought that it would be a fun word to say. You know, that's fair. I have a favorite word. I don't know that many people have a favorite word, but I do. And I will admit that my favorite word is surreptitious because it's fun to say. That, and I really like saying the word persnickety. I like using big words. They make me sound like I got a good education. Okay, I am not good at randomly interspersing different types of blocks. Not as I place, at least. Because I have so much urge to just, like, spam in the same block. Like this, in this pattern. And I need to not do that. Okay. Let's see. Playing. Oh, tell me why the bot that I have keeps jump scaring me, and I keep going, oh, who said like a large paragraph in the chat? Okay. You know, depending on how long this takes, this might become a two-parter. Just maybe. Whoop. I mostly say it'll become a two-parter because of how the roof is. Your girl struggles. But I will admit, I think this is gonna be a sexy roof. I think she's gonna be really cute. Okay, so Oh, the other part that I can do really quick. Aha, because I know for a fact I can probably knock this out before anything crazy. Anything crazier. is doing this. And aha. Because this is gonna go. Whoop. This one's gonna have a really normal roof on it because this is only gonna be this tall. Whereas everywhere else is gonna be much taller. Ooh, and I have the hiccups now. Okay, and so then this away. And then once again, this away. And I think that's as tall as I want to go up with this. And then I'm gonna like flatten it with one more little raise just so I don't have like a weird random super pointy roof on my already exotic looking roof. Oh. Maybe I'll just flatten it this way. And if I end up hating that, I'll come back and change it later. But that's kind of cute. Okay. And so now, tradesies. As this fills in over here, it'll look much more normal. Okay. Did I mess up the way that this wall works? I think I did. Damn it. Okay. You know what? We're gonna go with the flow. This is gonna end up getting filled in. And we're gonna pretend there's nothing wrong there. Because that's symmetrical-ish. Nope, I made it worse. How did I do that? Oh! I forgot that I extended it over the top on the porch. Never mind. I was like, this is supposed to be really easy and symmetrical. I don't know what happened. That's what happened. The porch. Okay. But that is A-okay. That just means that this bit gets a little funky. Honestly, I really thought that that went that way. We're just gonna quick defunkification. And then this guy is gonna get replaced with this. Ta-da! Easy. Because now when that goes all the way up there, it won't look out of place. You're back. You just spent 10 minutes ranting about this awesome channel to your mom. Aww. I love that. It's also really funny because occasionally you'll see my mom pop in, but it's really obvious that it's my mom because her username is Ikoria's mom. So this is very much a family channel, even though it's not really a family channel because I can't watch my mouth to save my life. Okay. And now, and then all of this bit can get gotten rid of. Oh, girl, what are you doing? Why do you want to be different? There we go. And that bit and that bit. Aha. Okay. So now I can take this up here. I don't know that I'm going to match this on the far side. Mostly because this is going to have to go inside the other roof bit. And I'm already thinking that I've bit off more than I can chew. It'll be fascinating. That's all I gotta say. Entertainment at its finest. Okay, because this is going to be the middle. It's got to be shorter than the other one, but tall enough. I think I want it to line up. Okay, so my eye level. Okay, so I need to go up 2 more blocks. See, you make me feel all the warm and fuzzies when you watch you. Don't let me get in your head. Aww. Hey, nostalgia goes a long way. And honestly, that's my goal, is to be a comfort streamer. I just really like, you know, being a cozy, fun, happy place for people to hang out. So that actually means a lot to me. Thank you, Flurry. Okay, so maybe I don't do this one quite as big dramatic. Maybe. No, it's still gonna be big dramatic. I just have to figure out how do. Okay, so I did this one. Maybe I do one shorter. See, it helps after your rough day. Aw. Well, I'm glad I can be there on your rough days to give you a little smile. Ooh. As I hit every single wrong button in the world. Actually, I think this bit is going to be a little bit of a different shape. I'm going to try doing a slightly more rounded bit. We'll see how it goes. Oh, thank you so much for the gift, Dommy Baby. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you for the 12 hearts. I'm trying to do something a little more rounded here, which is a little unusual. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to make this one slightly different to make it a little more rounded, get a little variety going in my roof shapes. But I think I want to do then straight down here. And then out again after that. I hope that this looks decent at the end, because this is full trial and error. I have my little cheat sheet up, but not following anything in specific on it. Oh, thank you for sharing the live, Dommy Baby. I like this little bell shape I've got going on. Okay, so here's the other thing I have to figure out in this. I have to make it so that way it can reach the edges here. So I think I'm going to have to keep doing this kind of funky drop down and then continue. I think I've ended up making a Taco Bell logo. See, once you get to the interior, you'll be rambling because you've had Tavern design in your head since you joined. Aw. Hey, look, I love when inspiration strikes, you know? I really wish there was a way for me to make this a bit of a gentler curve. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna try to make up my own curve. Aquaria's roofs in the past have proven that we need to follow the guide at least a couple more times before I try my own adventures in this. Okay, so we did 2 up at the very top. I think I'm gonna try doing 1 just so that way there's a little height difference, and then we go down and then out and down. Let's see, Aquaria's Adventures in Roofing. Yeah. Don't hire me to be a roofer, guys. I'm not qualified. I think that might be the understatement of the year right there. Because I'm already still having the same problem that I was having before. Okay, but wait, we're closer this time. And you know what? I'm not above doing a little funky thing like that. I think that kind of does it. Kinda. It's not what I wanted it to be, but it'll work. Let's... Okay, so that lined up there. Oh, this is where me making it asymmetrical kind of hurt me. This is the, oh look, it got hurt in its confusion moment. Because this needs to come across here until, like, there. Because this is also going to be a little baby roof. That block is actually fine that way. Is this line up over here? Because if so, then I might have actually done it. And if not, then they're gonna, like, intersect like this. And that might end up being the case anyway. That's gonna be the way that it goes. Okay. So we'll just do this for now. No, that needs to be there. Okay. We'll just do this for now. Adventures in Roofing. Oh my. And then this is also going to have this on top. This one's only going to come out like that. Maybe. We'll see. That one I'll come back to. It might... She might... Oh, no. This is going to be like a really weird, hard to place block for a second. There we go. Same kind of idea. A little flare bit. Tiles and shingles and plates, oh my. Hey, it's never a boring stream when I get to roofing. No one can ever say that I don't struggle in my craft. Yes, that pun was fully intended. Okay, and those are going to go along the rest of the way, just like on this one. As I forget that I'm in creative and can fly. Cute. Okay. Roofs are hard. That's all I have to say. It's my entire hot take on the matter. And this away. Like how doors are complicated. I don't think doors are that complicated. Other than I always accidentally pull on a push door first. I can never do the right, like, action first. I either pull on a push door or push on a pull door. I'm not one of those lucky people who can just kind of, like, guess and it's the right way. Okay, so this is going to need to extend all the way, all the way this way. I definitely made it easier for myself by deciding to not mirror what I'm going to do on the front side. The reference failed. Yeah, I am kind of a gremlin when it comes to media. I have not seen like any movies or TV shows. I am guilty of watching like indie media only. Um, Shout out my current favorite TV show, The Amazing Digital Circus. It was a TikToker. Yeah, nope, even more lost. I live under a rock. It's one of those weird things that's like when you work in entertainment, you don't consume a ton of entertainment. And I think it's just because I'm around so much of it that it's just like yeah, TADC is peak. I love indie animation. It's one of my favorite genres of media as a whole. Okay, so I realize that's gonna need to go away. This one is gonna end up being the creator is Marvin if you're interested. I might have to check him out. Cause I'm all for some peak comedy. It's mostly just a your girl doesn't go out of her way to consume anything outside of small content. So like if someone else is watching something bigger, I'll watch it with them. But like I don't let's see, do I also like Has Been and Murder Drones as well? Has Been is yes. Murder Drones I feel like I would enjoy. The whole reason I don't is because here's where I out myself a little bit, and that I used to work for Hot Topic. And so I have a slight vendetta against Murder Drones from having worked at Hot Topic. But that's just, you know. Eh. I probably would have less of a vendetta against Murder Drones now because of needing less focus on answering. See, the plot was confusing anyway. Oh, So the other one that I've really tried to get into is it's a different glitch show, the Gaslight District, and I think the other one was also by the same creator as the Owl House. I can't think of Knights of Guinevere. I really liked the pilots for both of those shows. Leaks. You want another cap break? I will have to go and grab a chase. So I will be right back momentarily with an orange flavored boy. This is my orange flavored son. He's very shy. He is actually currently terrified because I just grabbed him while he was asleep. But this is Mr. Chase. He is the handsomest boy ever. He is very, very skittish. And he sees the camera and he's like, no. You got anything to say to the people? You looking at the cat on the screen? That's you, mister. He is just a big baby. He's actually quite large. He is like 16 pounds. And he's mostly muscle. Okay, you don't have to helicopter ears. You can be nice and say hi to everybody. Are you done? I think he's done. Okay. Wee. Goodbye, Mr. Chase. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. And we gotta hydrate. My tea is getting low, but I still have tea in there. So make sure you guys hydrate too. Hydrate or die straight. Okay. We gotta reposition back into the chair and get all of the chase fur off of me because that man sheds when he's stressed. And I have, you had soda, it's fine. Must be hydrating liquid. Soda is not a hydrating liquid. Okay, maybe this one gets the stairs. Maybe. Let's see, you refuse to die straight. Well, then you have to hydrate. Them's the rules. I don't make them, I just enforce them. Okay, so that can go across there. And then... ta-da! That lines up. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. And now you get to kinda line up. We're gonna pretend that that works. Angrily chugs water. Oh, I can tell Mr. Chase had just gone to the litter box because all of right here is all itchy. Okay, so I think I want more texture. So I think I want to do that. Because this guy is so short, I think he needs all of the texture that he can get. You gotta be tall, though. No, wait. How did I do it on this one? Okay, the front one does go up too tall. So the front one on this one is also going to go up too tall. And then it's going to have the same little upside down staircase on the top. Doop doop. Is that what I did? Yes, it is. Because then I can drag this across here a singular time, and then it can be trapdoors until it eventually hits wherever it hits on this. Okay. This is going to be so stressful. This is going to actually be so stressful. Because I have to make so many seams line up. Okay, so that lines up fine. This is gonna end up being where it gets interesting because I chose this. Yeah, I did choose this. I fully chose this. I am the maker of my own problems. I make problems for myself because I want to get better. Okay. I think that the texture in this stone hides really well right there. And so we're gonna use that to our advantage. Because, well, actually, I could turn these lower bits into stairs. Like, I could do stairs all the way along here. Girl, I don't hate that as far as texturing goes. The next one up is fine, though. Okay. How many of my own problems can I make and solve in the matter of 30 seconds? Let's find out. Because on one hand, I've made this really easy in that it's all like super like pop in, fill in. And on the other hand, I made this really hard. Because this has to come all the way over here now. And I think the best way for these to meet is going to be like that. Yeah. This is going to be such an odd little corner. Okay. The good news is I've almost made it at least to a point where the roof is happy. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that's the center of our little roof. So that's actually kind of promising. That's really promising. Okay. I am both the maker and solver of my own problems. What did I think of Has Been 2? I really liked season 2, actually. I think that the music was really good. I think that there was a lot of undeserved hate in the beginning. I think the fans went a little hard because they didn't have the context for the early release song that they had initially given fans. And I think that that created a lot of problems because it was a song that very much needed context, but overall was really good. And maybe that's just the fact that I'm a musical theater kid at heart. But I didn't see a problem with it in the first place. Guarantee had so much hate for no. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Has Been Guarantee. Yeah, it did not deserve anywhere near the hate it got. Quite frankly, I don't think it really deserved any hate. I think it was like a good musical theater intro song to what's happening. I think people were expecting all of season 2 to be fan service, and that was where it kind of dipped off. I don't want to necessarily say dipped off in a bad way. I just mean that like a lot of non-musical theater people dipped off from being fans of the show at that point. Because I definitely know some of my friends who watched it that aren't as big on musicals were like, yeah, I think I'm good after that. I don't know though. I'm a theater kid. I liked it. Okay, so Flurry, what's your favorite song from Has Been 2? Bad With Us has also got a lot of hate. Yeah, it really did. Some of that I can see. Some of it's warranted in my opinion, but not nearly as much as it got. I think people forget that it's a villain. Hi. Why are you on my roof? Get off my roof, sir. This is a construction zone. Why are you just wandering out? But yeah, so Flurry, what is your favorite song from season 2? Cuz I think mine is Losing Streak. I'm such a Husker Dusk shipper. Husker Dust shipper. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, let's. I guess I should fill in more of my roof. Okay, so this needs to come this away. That many. And then this away that many. I'm really hoping that I can just kind of copy Love in a Bottle hands down. Oh, Love in a Bottle is a good one. I do also really like Love in a Bottle. Okay, this is going to be really interesting to try to... Okay. Less interesting than I thought it was going to be. Because if I go this way, and then I put a whole brick there, beautiful. Let's see, least favorite? Welcome to Heaven from season 1. I don't really know that I had a least favorite season 2 song, but season 1 definitely was Welcome to Heaven. It felt very forced. I guess forced isn't necessarily the word that I would use because it's not like a bad song. It's just so short, so kitschy. That or Speedrun to Redemption. Yeah, okay. That's a fair least favorite. I think it has a cute premise. I think that the execution was just too much. And also, it played a lot into the hate that Charlie got as a character in season 2. Okay. The roof is almost kind of done. I really wish that wandering trader dude would go away. He's stressing me out. I was about to make a joke about, like, I don't build in front of an audience. Hi, audience. People often forget that she's the daughter of the sin of pride. Yeah. Yeah. No, they definitely played really well into her characterization. Like, fully amazing job as far as that goes. I think the qualm that I have with it is more they didn't follow through enough with it in season 1. And that's why it was so jarring for people in season 2. So my qualm is not with her behavior in season 1, but more with her behavior in season... Or sorry. My qualm is not with her behavior in season 2, it's more with her behavior in season 1 not leading to this. I have a lot of thoughts on storytelling in media. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that is kind of the front part of our roof. I think it just came out more due to the angel war. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's honestly a good deduction to make. Because when you're stressed, people do tend to act less in favorable ways. And Penn's death. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Because honestly, all of those stresses like that in anybody, not just fictional creatures, can bring out the worst. So I am so happy that I did the most complicated part of the roof first. Because the rest of this, so long as I see his backstory though. Yeah. No, I'm really hopeful that they're gonna go through more of the characters' backstories because it was really such a good choice for season 2 exploration. I love character driven media. Like, please give me backstory. Tell me this character's motivation. You good back there, Nimrod? This man's laughing like an evil maniac behind me. Okay. I think I'm straight up. Yeah, I was straight up walking on that. Okay. Yeah, this roof is gonna look really nice. He was so cute. Okay, something that was not on my has been to bingo card was people actually ended up liking Penn. I don't know. I feel like so many people felt his specific part in the story was so rushed that I just know so many people who didn't like him. He's always been like an indifferent character to me though. I don't know. I just know like early on it was like, who is this guy? I don't care about this guy. He's a cute little twink and we love him. That's fair. Fair. Okay, let's do. We're so close. So close yet so far. Because this will only really give us the outside part of the roof. We're not letting monsters spawn in this building. I refuse to have to go around with a sword and kill them all. Okay. So I have a feeling, just because of the time that it is, and because I am a chronic procrastinator and have not packed for leaving anywhere yet. And so I will probably finish out the roof and then end up ending stream. And then next stream will be the completion of the inside of this. And that will probably be, don't quote me on this, but probably be Monday. Possibly Sunday. Really depends on how much energy I have when I get back. Because your girl, well, it's not just when I get back, it's how much energy I have after I work. Because work be having me doing wild things. Okay. We're getting close. Let's do. I really like that I picked the darker stone. I was kind of apprehensive at first, but I think it looks really good. Okay, wait. This is gonna end up coming this way. With this. Wasn't my intention to use that other block, but I'm gonna come back and texture it anyway. Okay. Let's... Oh, this is where it gets hard. This is where I need to... I gotta lock in, guys. Mostly because I did not build the frame from this side. I've just been like, oh yeah, I'll just follow it all the way across. Teehee. They, in fact, could not follow it all the way across. There is, in fact, a roof in the way. Okay. So up, and then doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. I think. I hope that lines up. I think that lines up. But now I can do this. And then this. And then this. And some of these. And some of these. I really quote SpongeBob way too much for an adult. But to be fair, I quote old SpongeBob. I think that makes it fair. Okay, and then need that. And I did it down below. Okay, so now here's where it also gets really fun because I'm gonna have to do this to get these to connect again. Okay, I don't hate that. That'll look fine. Yeah, that'll look fine. Ta-da! Okay, so I know... What did I do on this side? Brick, brick, brick. Okay, so it's really just this top one that I decided to replace with stairs, apparently. Why did I do that to myself? Thanks, Nimrod. I really hope everyone heard his interjection in the background. Because here's the other thing. I also did not do this on the other side. So, asymmetry, guys. We're making artistic choices. That's what my, like, art mentors always taught me, is, like, if you ever see an imperfection in your piece that someone else points out and they're like, oh, but you didn't do this over here. It was an artistic choice. Real, last minute, impactful decision. Really raises the stakes. And this, kids, is why Aquaria does not build in survival, because you just watch me walk off a roof when I can fly. Okay. Okay, and then I think it was 2, or did I do 3? 2. Perfect. Okay. So that is actually the last I should need of the trapdoors for now. And then ta-da! That is not the direction that is supposed to be going. What was I thinking? Okay. If I look at this side, it looks like it could be almost complete. Aside from the fact that there's no windows and you can see trees. Aw, have fun hanging out with your sister, Flurry. Thanks for hanging out for so long. Like I said, stay tuned for the next stream. I will try to give a heads up in Discord more than my... I'm live now. So that will be the interior of this build. Okay. Finishing the roof. Let's pop over to some blackstone tiles. And hopefully... Yeah, so much of this roof on the inside is going to end up just being covered because I don't want to deal with having to try to light it. See you next stream, Flurry! Okay, so I think that's how that needs to line up. But yeah, I definitely think I will probably finish out the roof and then call it quits for the evening for anybody else who's staying tuned. Just so that way we've got some funky fresh vibes the next stream. And that way I don't have to fight the roof next stream. Because I will admit a lot of this has been the roof. I think that's the next section. I'm hopeful that this is going to line up. And it lines up. Okay, the backside is much easier to connect. Not that I said that out loud. By no means did I say that out loud. Okay, I only did the very bottom one there. Stairs. And I changed it out. Okay, so this guy becomes stairs. Oop. There we go. Because that'll be stairs. And you get full blocks. Hooray, we're almost through the roof. Oh, see, this is what I was trying to avoid. Yeah, I'm not even hurting that guy. I'm not dealing with him. I'm gonna deal with him later. He is not a patron of our bar. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop. Okay, awesome. That will be the connection there. Because I think at that point it'll be the stairs? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to light that up before next stream. Because otherwise I think we're gonna have amassed an army of the undead. And not that that isn't usually my goal, but OSHA tends to frown upon undead workmen. Let's do. I wonder if there's any sort of chandeliers or anything in any of my mod packs that I can use in this. Because I'm picturing some really cool chandelier business happening. And if not, I bet I can make one with some of the candlestick stuff. Because there's some really cool like wall mount candles in some of these. Ooh. All right, let's see. Is that all of our roof? That is all of our roof. And it actually doesn't look half bad. I think I'm kind of impressed with that roof. And I like the way that the snow kind of pops on it, because that was my hope. Okay, and on that note, I am going to call it a night. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. If you aren't already following, please don't forget to follow and subscribe to see more. Stay tuned for some mini builds over the next couple of days. Make sure you check out YouTube and TikTok for those. Let me know if you add them to your world and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a good night, y'all.